people, welcome to another episode of Grand Football TV, and it is yours truly, Mr. Chicks. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, so it is game week 24 in the Premier League, and before we look at game week 24, as we always do, let us look at game week 23 and see how we did as a community. How did you do as a community? Yeah, let's look at it. So it started off with Brighton versus Everton. Brighton versus Everton. How did that game finish? Everton winning that one, winning 1-0 against Brighton. You know, and I would say no one really thought Everton would go to Brighton and get a result, but they did by that Ndiaye penalty. Yeah, so well done to Everton. And David Moyes, he's just joined Everton and he seems to be doing a good job so far. So well done to Everton. And from our predictions, no one predicted that scoreline. No one even predicted Everton to win, let alone get the 1-0 correct score. So that's interesting. Liverpool versus Ipswich. Liverpool versus Ipswich. Liverpool ran out comfortable winners in that one, beating Ipswich 4-1. Ipswich are on a bad run after losing 6-0 to City. Now they've lost 4-1 to Liverpool. It was expected really, because they're newly promoted side. Liverpool are going for the title, so you'd expect Liverpool to be all guns blazing. Yeah, and that was the case, and it was the case for myself as well, because I got the correct prediction. Oh, I saw this coming, guys. 4-1. Yeah, I got that correct score of 4-1, and so did OK. OK also got 4-1. So the two of us were the only two amongst our pundits who got the 4-1 prediction right. Yeah. Okay. Southampton versus Newcastle. This was an interesting game as well. Newcastle played really well and got their goals early. Isaac scoring again, and Southampton thought they had got a second, but it was ruled out, and they only ended up scoring just the one goal in that game. And guess what, guys? I got it again, back to back correct scores for myself. Oh, what a good week, huh? You would think with that I would climb up the table. You will see the table at the end and see it didn't help. Anyway, 3-1, I got that, and so did Finn, and so did Kiki, Chris. Yeah, just the four of us, myself, Finn, Kiki, and Chris. These are the people who got that correct score of 3-1 to Newcastle. Wolverhampton versus Arsenal. Very interesting game. As we have seen, the red card for Miles Lewis Skelly has been rescinded, so we're all back to even now. So it's enough talking about that story. The referees have had enough bashing this week, but Arsenal went and did the business, got the win away from home, so credit to them. 1-0. And from our predictions, no one predicted a 1-0. I mean, everyone went for an Arsenal win, kind of, but no one predicted the correct score, so well done. Manchester City versus Chelsea. Very interesting game. Sanchez doing some magic at the back for Chelsea, and Chelsea not, playing to their normal standards we've seen this season. But credit to Man City, they seem to be on the rise now. They've been playing really well, and they'll be buoyed by the fact that they still are in the Champions League. As of time of this recording, they had just won their game to make sure they are still in the Champions League. So yeah, a good game, and they won 3-1. And credit to Dion, because this was our star game. Dion got a whooping 10 points. Well done, Dion. And everyone else just got the 3 points, 1 point, whatever. But no one got the star game points apart from Dion. So yeah, Crystal Palace versus Brentford. Crystal Palace doing the business. No, Brentford, sorry, doing the business away from home and beating Crystal Palace. They beat Crystal Palace 2-1 away from home. And credit to Kiki. Kiki was the only one who got that correct score of 2-1 to Brentford. So well done. Tottenham versus Leicester. Tottenham. Another Spursy moment for the Tottenham. Yeah, because they lost this one 2-1 at home. Leicester getting their first win in, I think, 11 games or something like that. And what a way to beat the Tottenham and get that result. So credit to them, and credit to OK, who also got that correct score of 2-1 to Tottenham. Yeah. Aston Villa versus West Ham. Aston Villa versus West Ham. That game finished a draw. It finished 2-2, and no one got that correct score correctly. And Villa leave to fight another day, because they are now in the Champions League. They are out, in the round of 16. They're not even going to go through the playoff round. So well done to them. No one got the correct score of 2-2. And we move. Fulham versus Man United. Man United stealing a win here, getting a 1-0 victory away from home. I'm not sure what happened to Fulham in this game, but it was crazy to see that Fulham didn't get the results that you would expect against Man United. But anyway, and again, no one got that correct score. Everyone predicted either Fulham to win or Man United to win, but no one got the correct score of 1-0 to Man United. Sorry guys, the first game that I missed out, and I've left it till the end, is Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest. In fact, it's good I've left it till the end, because this one was not expected as well, and it just shows how on fire Bournemouth are. Kluivert on fire, Otara, in fact the whole team's on fire. And well done to them. I hope they stay on fire against Liverpool, who's their next game. Yeah, so no one predicted that scoreline of Bournemouth beating Forest 5-0 the way they did. So that's interesting. We'll see how their next game goes, because everyone is looking forward to that game now against Liverpool, which we'll talk about in a minute. So this is how the table looks like after 23 games. Finn is running away with it. It's sitting at the top with 548 points. And Yema in second with 526 points. And Chris in third with 514 points. Yeah, okay. Let us go to game week 24. Another big week. And just so you know, there will be an additional game in this one because of the Everton-Liverpool game, which is outstanding. I know it will be played a week after, but we will be talking about that game today. Yeah. Nottingham Forest versus Brighton. Well, after that very, very bad defeat against Bournemouth, Forest would want to, come back strong. But they have to deal with Brighton, who are looking like they are back on the rise themselves. So it will be a very, very, very tight game. And I see Nottingham Forest winning this one 2-1. I'm going for a Forest win, 2-1. The big game, Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Wow, I can't wait to see this game, man. And I hope it lives up to the hype. And I'm thinking Bournemouth being at home, they would give Liverpool a very good game. Remember the last time they met at Anfield, Liverpool were 3-0 winners. So I am thinking that Bournemouth will want to make sure that doesn't happen again and leave a big statement. And if you think about it, Not a big team has won them this season. Not one big team. It's interesting. Among the traditional big six, I don't think any of them have. Correct me in the comment section if you think I'm wrong. But as of now, none of them. I know they beat Arsenal. They beat City. I'm not even sure if apart from Liverpool, who I mentioned earlier, who got a 3-0 win, they've got results against all the other teams. Man United, Tottenham, they've got results. Chelsea, I think Chelsea drew with them. So they are on a good stead. And this would be a massive statement. A massive, massive statement if they come out winners against Liverpool. I'm going for Bournemouth to win 4-2. Let's see how that goes. Everton versus Leicester. Well, Leicester will be buoyed by their win against Tottenham, but Everton will also be buoyed by their away win as well. Well, they both had away wins in their last game, but Everton, with the help of David Moyes at home now, look like they will be a very strong team. So this will be a very difficult game for Leicester, and I see Everton winning this one 3-1. I'm going for Everton to win 3-1. Ipswich versus Southampton. This is a very big game at the bottom of the table. So it's like a 6-pointer, they call it. So I see this game being very, very tight. There will be goals. And I see this game ending in a high-scoring draw. I'm going for a 3-3 draw in this game. Newcastle versus Fulham. Newcastle, not so well. They did very well in their last game. I mean, Fulham were not so great in their last game, especially playing very, very weakened, well, not weakened, but a poor Man United side this season. So you would have expected Fulham to do the business at home against Man United, which they didn't. So this game, I'm sure their coach Silva would get them all fired up for this one. And I see this game being very, very tight. But I'm going to go for Newcastle to win. And win comfortably, you would say, but it might be tight at the beginning, and then over the course of the game it opens up, and one team maybe trying to catch up would open up so much and the other team would capitalize. So I'm going for Newcastle to win 3-1. The Midlands Derby, Wolves versus Aston Villa. I'm going for a Wolves win. Wolves are due a win. And Villa, don't forget, they played midweek and they needed to win that game to stay in the top 8, which they did. So this game might come too soon. They might not have rested enough, getting themselves ready for this big game. So I see Wolves winning this one 2-1. Wolves 2-1. Brentford versus Tottenham. Brentford are on the high. They are on the rise. I see them winning this one as well. I'm thinking because of the amount of injuries Tottenham face, they might not have the firepower to go to Brentford and pose any threat. So I see them losing this one and losing it woefully. I'm going for a 3-0 loss to Tottenham. So Brentford to win 3-0. That's what I see. Man United versus Crystal Palace. Well, Man United will want to not remember this fixture from last season, and if they do, they would want to make sure it doesn't happen again. So I see Man United winning this one 2-1. I see this one happening as a win for Man United, running away with a 2-1 victory. The big game of the weekend, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Well, everyone thinks I'm going to come with chest. I'm not coming with any chest. Pep looks like he's back, man. So, and Arsenal still struggling to get a striker. I don't know what's going on there, but that's for another day. But for this game, I see Arsenal not winning this game, but not losing as well. So I'm going for a draw. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Arsenal versus Man City. A draw. You know, they've got the likes of Mamouche in their team now. They've got Savinho. Looks like he started banging in goals, you know. So I'm just looking at this team and thinking they will score against Arsenal. But Arsenal might just hold their own and get a draw from this game. But a win, I'll be over the moon. But let's be humble here, eh? Humble, eh? Be humble, eh? Chelsea versus West Ham. I'm going to go for an away win. Graham Potter, going back to Chelsea, who sacked him a while ago. So I think he would get his players fired up for this game, reminding them what Chelsea did to him and saying, look, you go out there and get me a result. You know, so I know you're all in this journey. So I see West Ham going to Chelsea because they're not playing very well at the moment, you must admit, Chelsea. So they might falter again. And I see them losing this one 2-1 to West Ham. And the outstanding game we talked about at the beginning is Everton versus Liverpool. That will be played on the 12th of February, which is like a week after, because this next weekend is the FA Cup weekend. So it will be played like in the midweek of the week after, the 12th. So I'm going for Liverpool to win away from home. Liverpool to beat Everton 3-1. Yeah, I see that happening. What are your thoughts on all these games? Let us know in the comment section. Do you think Liverpool in their double game can win both of them or struggle with one of them? Let's see. Let us know. Yeah, do you think Arsenal can beat Man City? I hope so. So yeah, let's see. And the Midlands derby, Wolves, Aston Villa. What do you think? Can Spurs play better even with a depleted side? Let us know in the comment section. Okay, that brings us to the end of our predictions for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Don't check this.